Are you struggling to stay consistent on YouTube? Well, imagine uploading every single day. It seems impossible, but to so many YouTubers, it's actually just the norm. In today's episode, we're gonna be talking about what it takes, and we're gonna break it all down to upload daily. All right, guys, welcome back to the Video Creator Show. My name is Augie Johnston. I'm here with my co-host, Grant Ball. And on this podcast, we talk about all things YouTube and creating content. Today, we're talking about daily uploads. Grant, what is the value or benefits of uploading daily, would you say?
Well, the biggest thing is the more videos you make, the more chances you have for one of them to be really successful. I'd say that's the biggest advantage, is just the sort of quality over quantity approach there. And maybe the next biggest thing is it gives you more practice in front of a camera, in front of a microphone. The more iterations you have, the better you're going to be at making videos. Now, we can go into the disadvantages, but those are the two big advantages. More opportunities to succeed, more practice.
More bites at the apple is a kind of an analogy that I've heard before, and that's a great point. But do you think the YouTube algorithm in any kind of way favors channels or people that upload daily?
Only if those videos are getting good views. So if you're having one video that gets 5 views and another that gets 1,000 views, and you're kind of always switching between those, not necessarily. I think it's only helpful if your videos are performing well. You know, if you're a Casey Neistat who's uploading incredible videos every day, then yeah, the more the merrier. But if your quality isn't quite there, you're not necessarily going to get punished, but you're not going to be rewarded particularly either.
Yeah, I think, if they're not good videos, you're not going to get rewarded. But I do think also at the same time that showing up daily allows you to get more watch time on your channel, right? Like it's kind of like more bites at the apple, right? Like if we're uploading daily, then hypothetically, we should be getting more impressions than if I was a weekly uploader. I mean, unless you can really make each of those 4 videos in that month really high quality and able to kind of get promoted out by the algorithm. But I would say that uploading daily allows you to, show up every day when somebody opens up that YouTube app, when they wake up in the morning. Like if you're a daily uploader and you just upload and they're a subscriber, like there's a good chance that they're going to get an impression. So to me, I think that that's the only way that maybe it helps with the algorithm, and also just bringing people back to your channel, like return viewers. Right? If you upload daily, you should have a lot of return viewers. But I do agree with you, Grant, in the fact that uploading bad videos every day that don't end up getting anybody to click subscribe, and that people just click away from and are just poor content, no click-through rate, no average view duration is very poor. That's not going to help you with the algorithm. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. There is a concept called subscriber burn, and it's a very old concept. I think MatPat of Game Theory is the one who originally popularized it. And what subscriber burn is, if I subscribe to a channel and initially I'm watching every single one of these channels' videos, the algorithm is going to obviously promote every single one of these videos to me. But if, let's say, they start releasing more videos, but the quality goes down, and I'm now watching maybe half of the videos, now I'm not going to get promoted every video that they release. So actually releasing too often, if you are lowering the quality, can have this subscriber burn effect where your subscribers essentially burn off, which is very dramatic, but it's true. They just don't get notified about your videos anymore because they're not watching your videos anymore. So something to be aware of. Just keep an eye on your video quality if you're changing things up.
Nice. Great advice. So let's talk about making this possible. How, because it is a challenge to upload daily. This is something I guess we haven't mentioned. It's very challenging. Like, what kind of videos work best for daily uploads when taking into consideration that you do have to upload daily? Like, obviously, if you could create a Mr. Beast video and release that every single day, like that'd be the best, but that's not possible for anyone.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. So what types of videos, and like, give us some tips, Grant, on how we can actually pull this off as a creator.
Sure. So especially if you're new to creating videos, or maybe you have like a little bit of experience, the simpler, the better. Keep it simple. So these could be videos like just talking to a camera, and it's really just you talking about a concept. Maybe you're kind of a philosophical channel. One video is like a 5-minute video of you talking to a camera with basically no editing about the nature of the self or something. And then your video the next day is love versus lust, and you're just sort of pontificating about these things, and that's the video. There's no fancy editing, there's no text or animation. It's just you and the camera and the audience. So I would say that sort of style of video, of kind of talking head, is the easiest type of daily upload. Now, if we start wanting to increase the complexity, maybe you don't just want to make a video like that. Maybe a vlog. I mean, Casey Neistat, classic daily vlog. Film your life, kind of throw it all together at the end of the day and post the video first thing in the morning. Now, that's going to be hard. Most people aren't as insane as him, and even he cannot do that anymore, it seems. He's over it. Fair enough. But yeah, I would say like talking to a camera style videos are like the easiest to do. Or actually live streaming. So if you live stream and maybe you're like reacting to videos on stream, you're playing some games on stream, you just take that stream, cut it into clips, and maybe you throw them onto a clip channel, and that is your daily upload channel. Because, theoretically, if you're a good streamer, you'll have some entertaining highlights that you can chop into, 1-minute videos, 2-minute videos, 3-minute videos, maybe longer videos. So stream highlights are, I think, another really good way to create daily uploads.
Yeah, that's a great tip there about the streaming. I would say that the tip about no editing, no text overlays and that kind of stuff is a big one for daily uploads, because you really want to be able to just turn the camera on, record, not have to worry about anything else. Even thumbnail design could really slow you down. But I will mention that if you do want to have the videos edited, then there is ways to have videos edited overnight, like where you have an editor that lives somewhere else in the world with a different time zone, to where you were to film, by the end of the day, you send it over to your editor. When you wake up in the morning, it's ready to go. Now, of course, there could be revisions and stuff, but, just a smooth edit to clean up the mistakes, all that kind of stuff could definitely be possible. And if you ever do want to check out editors, here at VidShops, we are a video editing service. Just want to make that quick plug, and we can hook you up and edit overnight for you. But let's talk a little bit about like the creative side, because like you have to come up with something to talk about every day, right? So what is some tips or formats that people could use to come up with new topics every day? Like, what do these types of channels look like?
So they generally look like somebody who is an expert or has some kind of obsessive interest in any topic. It could be video games, it could be philosophy, it could be finance, it should be something that whoever is running the channel has a legitimate fascination with, so that their brain is kind of thinking about these topics and generating ideas without them really having to try to do that. I think the biggest mistake people make is they sort of reverse engineer what they think is going to be popular, and then they try to release as many videos as they can on some topic that they don't really care about or they don't know much about. If you have a very special brain, maybe that works for you. But generally, I think you need to pick something that you are kind of always thinking about on your own. And, for me, that's kind of, I don't know, maybe existential stuff or video games or whatever. I ended up combining the two. You just got to be true to yourself.
Yeah. And if you are an expert, then you should have plenty of things that you can kind of just spew out at any moment, right? But it is hard to come up with topics. So I guess one tip that I would give too for a daily uploader is like newsworthy stuff, right? Like whatever industry you're in, there should be new news articles popping up every day. And you should have like a little database or library that's kind of ongoing, that you can wake up and be like, well, 2 days ago, there was this update in the industry. Let's talk about that. And different niches are very good at that. Like if you do any kind of like stock market advice like that, like, there's new stuff happening in the stock market every day. But even, like a channel like this where we talk about YouTube, there's all kinds of updates coming out by YouTube and other social media platforms. So news, I think, is an easy kind of low hanging fruit if you need topics. It's coming out all the time, as well as reaction videos, right? If you're reacting to things, that's a very kind of maybe not a business style YouTube channel, but it could be, you could be reacting to other people's advice and stuff. But these are easy ways to just kind of like, hit record and come up with a video. Because a lot of people just overcomplicate it. Yeah. And so when you are uploading daily, Grant, what are some of the most like important things to keep in mind? Like, how can you actually pull it off?
Mm-hmm. Well, you got to automate your system and streamline everything. So the less time you spend setting things up, the less time you have to spend like reinventing the wheel, so to speak, the better. So for instance, you should have a camera on a tripod, or if you're using your phone, you should always have a space that like you don't have to clear it off. You can just kind of like set it down, press record. Everything should be as streamlined as possible. If you're streaming, you should have lots of presets in OBS or whatever software you're using. You just press a couple buttons and you're ready to go. Your lights are on, your system's going, and you really want to cut down on your kind of wasted time. And that's the biggest thing, I would say. And then obviously the actual upload process, you probably, like these days on YouTube, I actually don't recommend putting a ton of time into SEO. Just kind of based on your title and the words that you say in the video, YouTube now is really good at promoting your video wherever it thinks it will best be. So just don't spend a ton of time crafting the perfect description with all the perfect keywords. Just write something quickly, maybe use ChatGPT. It just isn't that important anymore. So yeah, don't waste too much time on SEO, and just streamline the process. Have a section of your house that is dedicated to it, or your apartment, like even if it's just a little corner, that's fine. Just streamline.
Yeah, it's the only way. And outsource. If you have the budget, if you're a business really looking to use YouTube as a marketing channel and you're not just kind of an independent creator, outsource as much as you can, which kind of brings me to my next point. Like if you're a daily uploader, like what should your thumbnails look like? And how should you even like be able to be a daily uploader and create thumbnails? Like, have you seen any, like, what are some people you've seen do and what's your advice on that?
So generally with daily uploaders, I see the thumbnails are very simple. They're usually screenshots from the video. So if it's a person in front of a camera who like the audience recognizes their face, the thumbnail is usually just like a picture of their face with some kind of expression. Sometimes it's like a very overly emotional expression. Sometimes it's very normal. But usually it's just a screenshot, or it's like person's face with some text and maybe some, I don't know, you like up the contrast a little bit to make it more eye-catching, but like you're not going to have these really complex thumbnails for daily upload channels. Because I mean, you can spend half a day, a full day making a thumbnail easily if you want to. But it's just not realistic if you're uploading every day. So keep it simple, use a face, use text, and that's all you really need, I would say.
And I agree with that. I think that can get you super far because you could literally just screenshot, throw a filter on there. And then I guess the energy that you want to spend would be like in really crafting the perfect text that's going to go on that thumbnail. So you're brainstorming for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, however long you need to kind of think and plan it out. And you want to, make sure that text creates a good story and makes a clickable thumbnail. But it's got to be streamlined process, like you said. So let's talk a little bit about some examples. So are there any examples of creators that that have blown up or seen a lot of growth because of daily uploading?
I mean, as we've mentioned a million times, Casey Neistat. I've seen a lot of like small channels that they don't necessarily explode, but they do a lot better, specifically with the kind of talking to a camera style of video. If you just find the thoughts in this person's head interesting, I'll see somebody go from 100 subscribers to 7,000 subscribers pretty quickly. As far as like really mainstream examples, especially recent ones, I don't know of any off the top of my head, but I've absolutely seen small channels go from 0 to 10,000-ish pretty quickly from daily uploads.
Yep. I remember an era where it was kind of like it almost seemed like you had to do that as a creator, right? This is a little bit ago, maybe 5 to 10 years ago, where it was like, you should be uploading daily. And I remember a lot of challenge channels, like they're doing like, Mentos in the diet soda challenge. They were doing like, whatever, gummy bear, cinnamon challenge, all those. It's kind of during that era. And that's a good format for creating good, entertaining content on a consistent basis. Is, every day you just got to set up your kitchen and you're doing what's it called, Fruit Ninja in real life, and that's a quick daily upload. I'm talking about creators like Wolfie Raps, and I know he had this whole crew that were doing that for a while, uploading a ton. And I do believe that as a small creator, if you go hard and you upload daily and you're able to do that, you will see the growth, and I think that you will be rewarded for that. So any other final thoughts, Grant, on any tips or tricks on how people could actually make this possible?
Like I said, streamline everything. And I would say keep an idea in your head of, practice makes perfect, right? And I would say you're not done practicing until the video is done. So like making half of a video and then giving up is kind of practice, but it's not really practice. So the philosophy behind daily upload is repeat, 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 wax on, wax off kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And just keep that in mind of like, you're doing push-ups, you're doing pull-ups, and it's really just about getting those reps in. And even if you're not doing daily uploads, maybe you're doing a few times a week, or maybe once a week is, for your style of video is an impressive feat. So yeah, just think of it like you're going to the gym and you're just trying to maximize reps. That's how you're going to get better. But, keep mind of your form. Keep mind of your form.
And I would say too that like, you don't have to do it forever. Try it out. Maybe you go 30 days of uploads and you're able to do that, then great. See what kind of impact that has on your channel. And if none, then maybe you don't need to do that. And if it does, then maybe you should continue. So thank you guys so much for being a part of the conversation today. If you're following us or watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit subscribe. If you are listening on an audio platform, you can follow us there as well. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.